Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of Talking Snacks, featuring yours truly, Mr. Sir Snacks, joined by Cuff.
Hey, it's me again. I'm back for episode 2.
As always, actually.
Probably.
Yeah, you're the mainstay.
Well, yeah. Well, I appreciate the compliment.
No, you're the mainstay. You're what helped.
Nice.
Actually, you're what made the Barely Average.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, actually, you did.
Wow.
You kind of formulated the whole...
That's neither
the
here
plot,
nor there.
rhyme, and reason for that.
Well, that podcast was barely average. Now we're talking snacks.
Yeah. I did like the name, Barely Average, because that's what I feel like we are here. We're barely average. We're doing what we can with what works.
Just trying to make it.
Yep.
This episode brought to you in part by Landshark.
Oh, we're doing shameless shout-outs to the beers we're drinking.
Yeah, pick up your local Landshark 6-pack. I don't know if they come in any other varieties of quantities, but...
I think they do. They're just high.
They are quite expensive, but delicious.
They're pretty good. We're going to start this week off with what we hope. We're trying to get a rhyme and a reason. We're trying to get what will be the formula for, this podcast is... Hopefully we can spread it throughout this year or forever, to be honest with you. So, what you been up to?
Not much. Labor Day weekend was pretty neato. It's a good break from school. Started back at school, which is filled with all kinds of anxiety. But now I'm the old guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I haven't been to school in 36 years.
Oh. That long before you were even born, huh?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Feels like that long. I don't even know what school would be at this point. So yeah, it does feel like that long.
Yeah, well, it's
hyperbole aside. I think it's been 12. I can't even.
That's bad math. It's been 8 years since high school. 2011, right? We graduated. So
I tried to do some college things.
Oh, okay. Well, 7-ish years there.
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah. So that's what I was kind of aiming for. Yeah, I did try some college things. Didn't quite work out. Money, But
I will say though, I don't mean to interrupt, but it is kind of refreshing going back to school because I have with the weird way this major that I'm majoring in is set up. You have to take bullshit classes, like everything.
If I'm not mistaken, that is every.
Yeah. But I'm majoring in computer science, but I have to take biology for some reason. Just like intro level biology.
I loved biology, but
don't get me wrong.
That was high school level. I loved biology in high school,
but it
was really fun.
It is funny to see though, like it's in an auditorium classroom, like most major science classes like that are. It's like an auditorium filled with like.
Oh, so you're like in the kind of like a movie-esque.
Yeah, it's basically
how
like
movies depict like college classrooms. You get like a
it's just
auditorium,
rows of
yeah.
seats. Yep. But what's funny is like as a seasoned college veteran, whatever that's brought me, it's weird to see.
Applause?
I guess sure. It's funny to see them. I say them like freshmen, like rising freshmen, come in the class
with such optimism.
Yeah, with just such optimism, and every word that comes out of the instructor's mouth, they're like jotting down, hustily, or typing down on their laptop or everything. And I've just got like a notebook in front of me, but like, that's not important. That's not important.
Oh, you're actually used to what?
Yeah. How college classroom settings.
Yeah, so you know what is going to be needed information later.
Yep.
Yeah. So
yep. Yeah. Even like outside of the classroom note-taking environment is like you kind of get used to what kind of instructors exist out there. You've got the cool laid-back instructor that posts all the things online, or you've got the hard-ass instructor who I've got one of those semester that's just literally his entire existence is to just break everybody's balls.
Oh,
one of those kind of guys comes in and is like, you guys are meaningless and college is dumb and you're dumb for taking my class and blah blah blah. And
one thing I do love, I didn't do the college thing, right? But I do like that. I feel like I've seen every bit of your instructors on the big screen. I feel there's been every, there's been the nice guy, the guy you're talking about, So I'm sure those were all hyped up and not nearly as realistic as what you're experiencing, but for, I can get a grasp, at what you're seeing.
They all are very exaggerated in like movies and TV and stuff, but definitely some stereotypes that are very accurate, I would say. And this hard ass guy I'm telling you about very much draws inspiration from like the Robin Williams like Dead Poet Society thing of like, this class, we're not teaching, we're teaching each other. Just very discussion based and just, everybody's just
the books. The books, throw them out the window.
The books are useless. We're just doing everything. We're going to be talking and learning at the same time. But that kind of goes hand in hand with philosophy, ethics teachers. It's whatever. But, yeah, that's basically what's been going on with me. Trying the old school thing again, see if that pays out. But
can't hurt. Can't hurt. Always works out to better yourself, regardless if it works out or not.
What's been going on with you, homie?
I've been working. I've been trying to get these videos up. I've been trying. I'm doing all this, I guess, if you want to call it all of this, So this has been taking up most of my free time, along with my menial job that I work. I work and I do this. I stream. I've been trying to be consistent as a streamer.
Where do you stream at?
How we did this last time. There should be links below.
What if they forgot?
I don't want to plug every one of them, but this is only episode 2. But
if I
at Sir_Snacks Twitch, but yes,
that sounds about right.
Yeah, yeah. So other than just work and menial shit, trying to edit and make this content, writing, recording.
It's a lot more that goes into it than people
think. It really is. Me jumping first. Just head first into all of this. Yeah, it's not as easy as just go do it. Just do it and edit it. No. Edit that edit part that everyone likes to just throw out there. No.
Editors, quick little tangent here. Editors and writers are gotta be the most underappreciated workers of like the movie force, the YouTube force.
I know that's what I think about, like the YouTube force. Like I watch a million YouTubers, and I don't ever see any credit. Well, at least spoken. I'm sure it's down there,
Yeah, but it's always just like implied things, like
I'm sure it's down there in like the see more or the description of the video. But like even that doesn't really do them justice. But they're getting paid to do it, so it is okay, I guess. But coming back to me, I'm barely handling, basic editing and stuff like that. So it is, I don't deserve to get paid for any of this. I'm doing it for passion, and that's why we're doing this,
Well, if the dream does pay off,
it would be great. It would be great.
I mean, yeah. Like, what kind of qualms can you have with doing something you love and being also paid to do it,
Yeah, I don't find this tedious.
No, it's fun.
Yeah, this is fun. Editing does get to a point, but still, when you're doing it for passion, it doesn't really ever hit that point of like where you're at a job and you just want to quit. No, it's not like that. It's just you're doing something you love and you want to continue on, and there is no quitting. There is just doing what you want to do and you enjoy it. So
yeah, we should get you some sponsors.
That would be great. But we're just starting off like this. So
you have a nice beard. I think Dollar Shave Club would be all about sponsoring you.
Is that a hint? Is that a hint to shave this Abraham Lincoln ass?
I'm just saying.
I'm going straight to November with this bitch.
Oh, okay. You doing No Nut November as well?
Yeah, don't know about that. But what games you been playing?
Oh well, as of the recording of this podcast, a lot of Gears 5, obviously, as hinted at in our last podcast thing that dropped Friday.
For Game Pass Ultimate users.
Game Pass, yes.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people got confused about that, apparently. Had a friend that didn't understand why we were playing it and he was not able to play it. So,
well, as most things, there's tears involved. Not like crying tears. That's like tears with an IER. Like fighting game tears.
I think we got it. But
just It was a...
The way that they had these things labeled isn't the best.
Well,
And I don't know how XBL users are dealing with it, but on PC it is very hard to differentiate between Xbox Live.
Did you update your drivers?
Yeah, but it's very hard to see the difference between the Ultimate and just basic Game Pass.
Well, I don't know about that because I'm still a console player, but I just want to
I
talk about...
have an app that allows me to see what games I get from just Game Pass. And I can rummage through all those, and it will not tell me that there's a Game Pass Ultimate. It will not. I had to actually boot up the Microsoft Store, which is built into, the OS, and I had to find it. I had to find that shit.
I'm surprised, honestly.
And that's why I think my friend couldn't figure it out. He's seen us playing. I've been streaming, and he had a very hard time with that.
Should we just shout him out? No?
He's
probably going to know who he is if he listens to this.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean...
But, you keep anonymity.
Anonymity? Anonymity.
Anonymity. I thought I was very proud of myself for saying it the way I did.
Anonymity. It's a Finding Nemo joke.
Yeah, but I thought I said it right, but maybe not. I don't know.
I want to jump forward to the Gears 5 release itself, and my God, what a clusterfuck it was.
Well, you're talking about the Ultimate Game Pass release.
No, I'm talking about whatever this pseudo stress test thing
is. I do feel like we were a stress test because Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, like in our case, we were rolling in 4 deep, waited there at 9 o'clock. It went live at 9 o'clock. Literally, I watched the clock count down. It hit 9. I hit start, and there's the game.
Yeah, and then it launched with no problems, right?
And then about 15 minutes later, servers are flooded. Can't do co-op campaign. Matches are just... I didn't even try to get into a multiplayer match, but that didn't go over well. So it's been rough to say the least. However, the game is good.
It's a good game, but I want to harken on this shit too. Me just trying to I don't understand why it was so hard for 1 to 2 people to join a game. I understand that it has to connect and do all server based stuff, but for a game that may or may not, I'm not sure how these games work, peer to peer or server to server, server whatever.
I'm fairly certain it's server based at this point in time.
It should be, but still,
which confuses me even more because you would think if anybody has working servers, it would be fucking Microsoft, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just threw me for a loop. And even here, 4 days after its release. No, I'm sorry, 3 days after its release. Well, technically it came out Thursday, so 4 days after its release, it's still got some hiccups in it.
Every match we have ran together, we cannot see match results. It pops an error. For both PC...
I haven't leveled up. I'm still level 1 apparently, even after 10,
really?
10
I'm
matches.
level 9.
Even after 10 matches of multiplayer, my XP bar or whatever doesn't fill up. That doesn't bother me as much. What really bothers me is the campaign stuff, because there's a bug going on right now where sometimes your checkpoints just won't register, and it's game breaking to the point where certain plot line triggers will not happen to advance the story unless you have a saved checkpoint. And the first time it happened to me, I thought it was just a game glitch, because it was a very weird 1 in 100 scenario of I don't want to spoil things for spoiler reasons, but the little robot guy Jack was doing a thing, and we had to protect him while he was doing a thing, and he died at the same time that the checkpoint thing was going on, and it wouldn't load. So I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of understandable.
It kind of makes sense, but
it kind of makes sense. The mission failed.
Figure
So
that somebody had accounted for that.
So that made me weary at first, and then so I just restarted my game, did it again, went through it, no problem. About an hour later,
the whole game, or just
just that part. I'm sorry.
Okay,
yeah. Redid my checkpoint, or restarted the game, got my checkpoint. Took me back about 15 minutes, which was a little upsetting, but whatever. Played for about an hour and a half more, and then I noticed the checkpoint thing was just constantly going in the bottom left, and I was like, that cannot be good. what the hell is that all about? And I got to a point where I had to kick open a door. As Gears games are, there's always the open this door up to the next plot thing. And it just wouldn't let me do it. And I was like, okay, that's definitely an issue. So I went straight to Google, as any professional does, and came to find out it was an actual bug of like checkpoints aren't working, something's not working. Told Jake about it. Jake actually sent me a video on Messenger. He had an entirely different glitch where his character was just straight up stuck on a cover point and we just would not let him. It was like magnetized to it. He reloaded the checkpoint and he just fell through the ground. So it's like there's some weird ass bugs going on, even with like campaign co-op. So
that's why I think we are the stress test. Mm-hmm. I don't see why a game like this needs that kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's not like we're like WoW or because WoW Classic release and they didn't.
Boy, that went over well.
It wasn't that bad.
Did you see the queue times?
I did, but like, man, if you take point A and compare it with point B, like, it's really not that bad. You got they had the whole hundreds of thousands of people trying to log into the same point. It makes sense. I understand server stuff like that, but I do get it where people like that, Blizzard or whatever, should be very aware of what their player base is capable of.
Yeah. So that's
because I watched. We actually talked about this earlier. Are you sure it's that Asmongold
streamer?
Yeah,
that's the one I was talking about.
You said Desmond.
Huh?
You said Desmond Gold.
If I did say Desmond Gold, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, Asmongold. I watched him on day one. Never heard of him before in my life, but yeah, He was like top streamer.
I watched
him. And he popped 300,000 viewers that day and lost his mind. It was great. But yeah, the same guy. He has a wife that streams. Yeah, we talked about this.
I seen the video of it, and it was actually Twitch greatest wins moment thing. It's on. It's a YouTube channel. Shout out to Viction. You know who you are. And it was literally just like so many people came to watch him play WoW Classic that his little Twitch chat bar, little Twitch
obliterated.
It was obliterated with just such and such sub.
I was there. I don't even care about WoW Classic, but I just I was watching Twitch and I was interested. But I came home and it was about to go live. I think it was 6 p.m. EST, and he logged in, and everyone was fighting. Like once the login was ready and they got in, it was who the fucking activate the first quest and I remember they one guy was leveled up out in the field before I guess it shows you in the chat or something, kind of like Final Fantasy. But he seen it and he was like, "Oh, that guy's level 2. How the hell did he do that?" Because everyone's doing the exact same thing.
The exact same fetch quest, the exact same kill this thing.
But
speaking of that, did you see
the queue lines?
The line?
It makes me happy because everybody from World of Warcraft talked shit about a year or 2 years ago about
was it the Division?
No,
thing?
Us. When I say us, I think Final Fantasy 14. Remember when?
They also had a line for the. Yep.
Yeah, we did, and man, did everyone on the internet just tear us to shreds? Like, they weren't prepared. And then it just felt good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say that I felt good for someone else's downfall. I know people pay for the game to play it, but
I mean, they have
when you have a lot of people that talk shit about the medium that you enjoy, and you watch what the fuck they came from, and then it does the same thing, you're like.
Feels a little good to see them get there,
There's nothing you can do. Yeah. There's nothing you can do when millions of players are literally just smacking your servers.
But they have the same thing going on right now where they have literal lines lined up right outside of quest points because the
Raban,
something
Savage.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a fun thing.
But World of Warcraft's got its own one. I think it's right outside of Ironforge because it's in a snowy area where the gnomes and dwarves or whatever exist. And there's a quest line where you have to get somebody's box. And they literally have lines formed because, the NPC has to do an animation of like, here's your thing, do your thing. I'm going to reset myself now because I'm an NPC. And then he resets himself and then like the little sparkly glowy quest item thing appears. And then the next person in line gets theirs, runs off, and the line literally inches forward a few feet. So
it didn't work so well for Final Fantasy 14 users.
No, because that was completely like a server-based thing where it puts you into a different instance.
Yeah, but we were all hoping that
maybe
if we one at a time activated the server instance, maybe it wouldn't just launch everyone into a fucking black screen. So yeah,
that was a rough time. But once you got past it, though,
good
to go.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all we've pretty much been playing, because I've been playing Gears with you, a couple of other friends.
I've been playing Vampire on the Xbox Game Pass, and you told me that the PC Game Pass doesn't have it, which is kind of a shame.
I don't think it does. I'm actually pretty sure it doesn't. So yeah,
it's a neat game. If I had to sum it up in a few words, it's kind of Assassin's Creed-esque with like.
You ever played Deus Ex?
Yes, I have played
Deus Ex. It kind of, just watching it play out, reminds me of Deus Ex.
Well, the main...
Any correlation?
Little
just the
bit.
way like your character and your dialogue kind of meet in like a character building dialogue. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, like, I haven't played the newest Deus Ex, but maybe there's a few similarities there. It's not a very fully fleshed out game. It is somewhat janky, but like the mildest amount of janky. Like, it's definitely a solid playable game, but they handle the morality decisions in that game so well. It's actually like ingrained in the actual gameplay of like, your character is a vampire, as you can probably guess from the name, and your XP, like your RPG XP, which is needed to require to level up, get skills, all that good stuff to make the game easier. You actually have to kill NPCs to level up faster if you want to. It's purely morality based.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's like a good side, bad side thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, you get XP from fighting, but it's only a little bit. Or you can kill some random NPC and get like
do you
thousands.
Kill them, or do you suck their blood?
You kill them. You suck their blood.
Yeah.
So
vampire.
You basically
Vampire.
Yeah, you basically do them in, and you get rewarded so much XP. It's almost loot. It's so tantalizing that like anytime like an asshole NPC comes along, I'm like, God, I hope you aren't involved in any major plot lines, because that neck is looking real juicy right about now. But I want to be a good guy. I want to be the guy. I want to be the good vampire and find the cure for the Spanish fluenza or whatever. Because it's really great. Also, diverging, I know I'm Bogarting the mic, but it just so happens to be that your guy, the main character, is a blood transfusion expert, and there just so happens to be a Spanish flu epidemic in London at the time. It's like post World War I, so it's that whole industrial era. It's very ironic and just very nicely set for the atmosphere, I guess I would say. I don't really know how to word it right off the top of my head, but it's really cool from a story perspective. Gameplay wise, meh, a little janky, but can't fault it on that because it's really neat. I will give it 4.5 nicks out of 5 arteries. I don't know.
So, is that all we've been playing this week?
For the most part.
Like I said, I've been straight on Gears for... I know last podcast I was going to fall heavily into Final Fantasy VIII, but this, yeah.
Is that released now? Is that out now?
It's out.
Nice.
Yeah.
You still got time to pick it up and play it. I did dabble a little bit into the Remnant of Ash game, but I was not a big fan of it. I mainly bought it just from a really weird scenario of sharing an account with someone else to, get free games depending on who buys them or whatever. And he bought it, and since my account is linked to his account, I got it, but it's a weird game. I see the appeal of it, but I'm just not a big fan myself. People have been comparing it to
is that the Dark Souls? Yeah, the Dark Souls with guns. Yeah,
Dark Souls.
I've heard a little bit about it, but
I hate that Dark Souls has become that. Another tangent, just gonna ramble real quick. That's like every game that seems is like a RPG hack and slash or an RPG with this is like it's like Dark Souls, but
Well,
it's like Dark
you can
Souls.
tell the games that are, quote, like Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Most of the ones that are clones, I don't want to call them clones, but that's what we'll call them for the sake of this conversation. They have that same HUD layout. They have that same health bar layout. They have that same combat-esque mechanic where you swing, you block, or you dodge, and you can look at it and tell that, man, there was some influences. What was that game we was looking at last week?
Oh, the Code Vein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
Dark
shit,
Souls, but anime.
yeah, that shit looked like it, but
I don't know. Just a weird little rant there. I mean, I'm a gigantic fan of the Dark Souls or Soulsborne series and Sekiro 2. I don't know how to work that in there.
yeah.
The Sekiro Soulsborne, but I don't know. It's weird to see it fall to that like weird category of like it's this, but this, you know.
So yeah, I guess a couple of games coming out this week, and this to me feels like a weird week.
It is one of those weird like
because
off weeks, I guess.
Most of these games, I did not know I didn't know they were coming out. I just yeah.
Yeah, looking from your notes, I don't recognize most of these, but
I didn't know they were happening. And then when we watched gameplay footage from them, it just seemed like they were AAA fucking. They look good. It's not like we're dabbling in indie titles, so. But the first game I have on the list is Greedfall.
Yeah, that game actually low-key blew my mind a bit when I watched gameplay and trailers of it, and yeah, I don't know. I got some real Dragon Age. It's like Dragon Age, but no, it looks pretty solid.
Yeah, with the final trailer, that my first thought, first scene, I was like, oh shit, here we go with Assassin's Creed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was my first thought, and then the trailer opens up to some weird mythos or there's some beasts, some creatures, and
yeah, I do like that.
You immediately realize it is not what I thought it was. So yeah, it's like a colonial era. I don't know if it's an RPG, but
there's definitely some RPG elements in
that
from what I saw from the gameplay trailer, or not trailer, but I saw IGN do a 13-minute gameplay or whatever thing of it. But yeah, I do like the world building that they've come up with so far, where it's like early colonial settlers just trying to put their hands in the pot, and they come across an island that's got some crazy shit going on, and rather than try to live peacefully, they do the whole colonialism thing and like let's take it over. Let's take it over. Let's distribute SARS blankets and all that good stuff. I don't know. Shout out to World History, but yeah, they come to the island, and from what I can tell, they fucked up. They fucked with some shit that should have just been left done to itself. There's like a religion aspect in play, like druids and stuff that claim the land is like holy and should remain untouched. So looks neat. That's just from a story point of view. The gameplay looked pretty solid.
Yeah, I watched that with you a little bit earlier. It did look good. A little bit of magic or some kind of
There's
something. I don't know what I was watching. Like I said, this game crept
out of nowhere.
I did not know this was coming out, but
it looks cool though. It's I got some weird like Final Fantasy 15-ish vibes just from watching it.
Just the way the game runs.
Yeah, because it's open world. I'm assuming from the gameplay. I don't know, but they came up on a monster that was just minding its own business, and once the combat started, it went into that like combat gameplay archetype thing, and you could pause the game for a second, and, choose a spell or an item you want to use. Do that if you want to. Otherwise, you can hack and slash your way through it. So,
hacky slash,
hacky slash. Shout out to Landshart.
Yeah, really. Next on the list we have PES, or Pro Evolution Soccer, is getting, once again, just like any other fucking sports game, its own numerical release in its franchise. You a soccer fan or a, quote, football fan by chance?
Not game-wise. I am a soccer fan. Played it all throughout middle school and high school. Just whatever, throwing that out there. And I am a fan of the World Cup. I watch that every time it rolls around.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's a very technical sport.
Yeah,
but
I understand that. It's just...
I also like the fact that it doesn't stop every 10 seconds. Because...
football, baseball, yeah.
As I'm sure...
Golf.
Most American sports viewers will tell you, like football, basketball, that kind of thing. They do a play.
Come on. Golf?
Well, I mean, golf is just... That's what golf is. It's just killing time.
We gotta get into bowling?
With ASMR. Well, I mean, bowling's at least... I've never watched bowling professionally. But golf, to me, is just, you got the people hitting the ball while you have... ASMR people commentating on it, stepping up to the hole. Oh, he's going with the 8-iron this time. It's a very interesting choice. Okay, let's see if we can not put you to sleep. And there he did. He hit the ball. Looks good. And then on the other side, you got like the most testosterone-fueled sports, football and basketball and everything.
Football stops every 5 seconds.
I mean, that's plays. Everything. You have 4 plays to get it here. You do this. Stop after that play. Reset. Okay, do it again. You got 3 plays left. And then, professional basketball, even college.
I've never once watched a basketball game. I've watched baseball. I've watched football, but I
can watch football. I'm not dissing on these sports by any means. Don't get me wrong, but like football, basketball, I can watch those and being enthralled by them. But baseball literally puts me to sleep because like even the professional leagues, if it's not a home run, they're not going to score.
Yeah.
Like they are literally just so finely trained and athletic that if you hit a pop fly, you're going to get called by one of the outfielders. If you try to bunt, it's going to first base. If you hit a grounder anywhere in either one of the sides, unless it's going between first and second, maybe you'll get on base, but I'm kind of ranting at this point. But yeah, I mean, most of the sports, they have technicalities, fouls, all these things that just stop all the forward momentum. Soccer just goes. It just goes. You have 40 minutes to just get scoring.
It really, you gotta like think those people have so much stamina, much. Like fuck. I don't know if I could walk to the mailbox and back without like wanting to take a seat.
Yeah, let alone run for 40 minutes straight and
try to trade and switch balls.
Yeah, the only time the game will stop in soccer if someone literally injures another player or hits the ball with their hand or is caught offsides, which is, even after playing soccer for so many years, I still don't fully understand the rules of offsides, but apparently it's a thing, so. But offsides aside, we have some other games releasing this week. Blasphemous, don't know anything about. Die Young is a port, I think, that the Switch is getting.
No, that's actually Lethal League is getting the Switch port.
Okay, well, Lethal League is pretty hype, and good for it to finally bring that anime-esque wall ball thing to the Switch.
I don't understand what is that? Is that a port of like the fighting game?
It is.
I know like Blaze Blue or whatever, but that's, I don't know, just the way Blaze is emblazoned across the logo. So.
No, Lethal League is a game where there is a ball and you smack it, and every time you smack it, it gets faster, and you have a set character roster, each with their own little unique wall ball manipulating abilities to make it harder for your opponent to hit. And all Lethal League Blaze did was add like even crazier mechanics and stuff to it. It's pretty hype. I dabbled in Lethal League for a bit, but it's fun. It's one of those games you pick up, play it, have fun with it. It's kind of like a weird little party game thing, if you will. It's very hype, though. They definitely captured.
Seems like a good Switch port, actually.
Yeah, I mean, good on them.
Pick up, play, put it down.
Good on them
for on the go.
Mm-hmm.
The next one. Should resonate deep with us, right? Being from the South.
Yeah, we got.
Are you very hyped?
No.
You need to be.
I don't know if I should be.
Because NASCAR Heat!
Yeah, I haven't played a NASCAR game since PlayStation 1.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
But yeah, NASCAR Heat is getting its yearly run around, ports back to everything, so.
Well, I hope the only one I really care about is Jimmy Johnson? Something?
Jimmy Johnson?
Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson.
That's the only one I care about because he's got Lowe's on his car, and I like the way that Lowe's smells when I go inside. So.
Oh, you like that First Cut Lumber?
Yeah. My grandpa's a big Kyle Busch fan. Sorry, I feel like I need to say these names with southern drawl.
Same thing. Like the way that we started this was like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a big Kyle Busch fan. But from what I hear, he's an asshole. I don't know.
My mom loves Kyle Busch. I actually I'm in a race pool weekly because of my mother. She puts me in there, in case I can win some big money. Big money.
NASCAR money.
Yeah. Yeah. So I am a Joey Logano fan.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know nothing about the dude. Hardly know his number. Was he 24?
I think
22?
He is 20, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
20, 22, 24. He's a 20.
24
He's a 20.
24 is Jeff Gordon, buddy. So
he's retired.
Step off of that. Yeah, but his number is sacred. So.
He's retired, so. Retired.
Yeah.
Coming off of the other sports games that we have listed that we have so enthusiastically wanted to enjoy.
Promoted, yeah. We know a lot about our sports.
Yeah. NHL 20.
Oh, it's hockey, eh? Bro. The only thing I know about hockey is from Letterkenny, so that's about all I got to say on that. Wayne Gretzky goes pretty hard, so.
They beat up people, I think.
They fight, for sure. I'm sure it's fun to watch. I've just never really watched it or played it.
I've never once watched a hockey team play anything.
I seen the Mighty Ducks go pretty hard. Back
shit!
In the 90s.
Yeah. They were an animated series too.
They were, which was a weird spin-off, like Ducks in Space and shit. But digressing, they had their Mighty Ducks moment. Shout out to Boondocks if you know what I'm talking about.
Next on the list we have Daemon X Machina, which not only has what I would like to call one of the coolest goddamn game names ever, I think. It's just me.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty badass. But
very edgy.
It is. This game has been talked about kind of in like Nintendo's release schedule for what feels like forever. And I know you're a big, it took me a minute, Zone of the Enders fan. And I just showed you some footage of this.
I love Zone of the Enders. This was very reminiscent of like some Zone of the Enders feel. Didn't get to see hardcore gameplay of it, but definitely got some vibes from that. And actually made me sad in a way just seeing it, because I love Zone of the Enders 1 and 2, and I would very much hope that one day Kojima brings that back to life.
Or if anything, Kojima would remaster.
It's been remastered, but
oh, it has.
Yeah, it's got HD remakes. And
stuff.
Really?
My bad.
That's all good, but yeah, that'd be nice for me. Again, going off on yet another tangent of things I would like to have happen. Be a Zone of the Enders 3, but since Hideo Kojima split up with everything, and now he's doing Norman Reedus and the Fetus.
God knows what he's doing. Everything.
Yeah.
Do you follow him on Twitter?
No.
You did a Twitter thing?
No.
Yeah. He posts just crazy shit all the time.
Have you seen his games?
Yeah, but sometimes just food and just nice scenery. Just he does have a wide palette, I guess, would be for just aesthetics.
Yeah, I mean, dip your toes in a little bit of everything, right? Some people gotta follow it. Anyway, Demon X Machina, very anime, very mechish, very Gundam-esque looking. So if you're into that's your kind of game. Or if you're a Zone of the Enders guy like myself, pick it up if you have a Switch. I do not, so I probably will not be picking it up, but I can still wish for Zone of the Enders 3. And hope that one day that'll be a thing.
Don't look so sad.
Yeah, that did make me sad, actually. Didn't mean for it to, but
it looked good though.
It looked hype. Most anime games do look hype.
Yeah,
and then you get into the gameplay and but can't really mess up the mech formula unless you're Chrome Hounds. That's throwing it way back. Don't know if you remember that, but very slow game.
I think I remember Chrome Hounds, or it was something on the 360. Was that 360?
Yeah.
I think it was Chrome.
I think it was a 360 exclusive, but it was.
I think it was a launch title, was it not?
It might have been, but it took mechs and made them not fun, because you literally just lumber around at half a mile an hour in like a desert or something.
Waiting for the opponent.
Yeah, waiting for someone to step within your artillery range. We played it at Wyatt's house a little bit.
Ah, yeah, there we go. There we go.
And
Yeah, that's the same one.
Yeah, back in those days, and I was not a fan of it. But yeah. Also, Borderlands 3 is coming out Friday, so pick that up. We
did dabble in that last week.
Yeah, we discussed that enough in our first episode of the Talking Snacks podcast. Where, I mean, just beating a dead horse at this point. I'm hyped for it. I don't know if you're hyped for it. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that are hyped for it. You original looter shooters coming back with even more prowess. So
looks promising.
It does look good. I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
But when you have so much money and so much hype behind a game, things do tend to
bite you in the
butt. Yeah.
Because this is the same studio that is
responsible for
Colonial Marines. Just throwing that out there.
If I'm not mistaken, they're the same people that were behind Battleborn.
They did do Battleborn,
but I think Battleborn was just a bad time. I think that
was a bad timing issue.
Yeah.
Whereas Colonial Marines was just a bad everything issue.
Yeah.
And
have you ever looked into the history of why that ended up the way it did?
Yes. Basically, the Devil May Cry 2 problem of like they gave it to a publisher or a developer rather, and told them to make a game. And then just left them to their devices, and then months and months and months passed, and they came to it and was like, this is not what we wanted. We're going to try and slap together a game that we want it to be in like 3 months before the deadline. Basically the same thing that happened to Devil May Cry 2, if I'm not mistaken. I might just be spitballing, but it looks like not really too much you can do to the Borderlands thing to make it even better, but as long as they nail that Borderlands feel, it should be right at home. So... very hyped for it. You got anything else you want to throw into the mix? I feel like all I did this episode was talk and Bogart the mic. I'm sorry.
That's what we do here. We talk games. That's why it's called.
And occasionally American sports that suck. I'm sorry. Don't suck, but are not as enthralling to watch as, say, like soccer.
Or not as appealing as video games, as hopefully most of our audiences...
Yeah, if you're into sports, maybe pick up a different podcast because those just got glazed over pretty roughly.
Just bombed them.
Yeah.
But so I guess that will about wrap it up for episode 2 of Talking Snacks with yours truly, Sir Snacks. You can catch me streaming probably regularly over at twitch.tv/Sir Snack. Catch me at Twitter at Sir_Snack and Facebook at Sir Snack. Anything else you would like to add?
I'm just glad we did the podcast all in one take this time. Ran a little bit long, but you know, to each their own.
To each their own. Yes, I guess that's what we'll end this on.
Words to live by.